What's up guys, Chris Kodiak here. Today's video is going to be a building tutorial on Stranded Deep. Now this is going to be a pretty quick video, but go ahead and stick around to the end. I'll throw a little bonus tip on how to make things a little bit more efficient. So me personally, I like to throw a shelter and a water still in my bag, jump on a boat, and make little bases surrounding my home base. But back at my home base, I do like to have a structure to kind of help things stay organized. Now what we're going to do is go over a little bit about building mechanics and how to make everything a little more efficient as you're collecting different materials. First things first, you're going to need a hammer. I have here a refined hammer. You can only really find these, you can't craft them, but there is a crude hammer in your tools crafting menu that works just fine. It just works a little bit faster. As you craft and build, the hammer does wear down on durability. Now I went ahead and collected a few things already to make this demo a little bit simple to follow, so hopefully you've gone ahead and collected a bunch of sticks because it is going to take quite a bit. You can use a bunch of different materials. I'm going to use sticks for the purpose of the demo just because they're efficient, they're easy, they're the very first entry level building mechanic. Okay guys, first things up, we're going to go ahead and open up our crafting menu. You're probably sitting on crafting. Just go ahead and hit R1 on the PlayStation controller. It'll bring you over to the building menu. That's going to give you a couple of options. You're going to see using L2 and R2, you can bounce around from foundation to floors to walls, etc. Now, the floors is a little bit deceiving. If you clicked on a floor, you're not going to be able to put it right down onto the sand. That's because the floor is actually made for the second story. So go ahead and drop out of that, and what you want to do first on the ground is put down your foundation. Again, you can use all different kinds of materials for this. I'm going to go ahead and use the driftwood. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do the wood foundation because it's a little bit easier to see. And we can use our second problem here. So as you can see, if you just drop this down and went to go ahead and build a wall, you're not going to be able to. And that's because if you look in the center of the screen, your hammer isn't full with the circle. Now you want to go ahead and go up to your hammer, hold down R2, and it will technically build the foundation right before you. So that's something that held me up a little bit, because if you went to the driftwood foundation first and went ahead and built it, it comes factory built. That developed a problem for me later on down the road, but we don't have to worry about that right now. I'm going to demo this just for the purpose of the tutorial and go ahead and move on to walls. Now hit R1 again. We're going to go to the building menu and head over to walls. We're going to surround this with a driftwood wall. Why is it? There we go. Normally the snapping works fantastic in this game. Other survival games that I've played in the past, not so much, but this one, A+ from them. I give them 10 out of 10 on their snapping mechanics. We're going to go ahead and put in a window frame and our doorway. Now with the doorway again, we're going to go ahead and do the wood arch instead, and you want to go up with your hammer and build with the hammer. That's going to fill in all the way around and make it a nice look, nice finished look. Same with the roof. Go on over to the roofing mechanics, and you have a lot of different options here to make a custom roof if your structure is of a decent size. And they work fantastic. My home base, I have a pretty advanced roof, but right now all we need to go down to the wood roof cap, gives a simple 1x1 cap, and drop it in, jump up in, and build it. Now you're not going to want to leave that open, because the whole purpose of a shelter really is to kind of give you the SPF protection, develop shade in an area where you may not have any. Now we don't want to be jumping up into our roof, so we're going to want to build some stairs. Now our stairs are going to cost lashing, but I'm going to show you how we can use other materials to kind of fabricate our base and kind of make a smorgasbord of a base here. So I've already collected the materials that we're going to need for the purpose of the tutorial. So we're going to go ahead and throw the corrugated steel in and drop us some stairs. And again, the snapping works wonderfully. It works. It's very intuitive. You don't have to worry about if it's gonna jog when you get up to the top here, or if the door is gonna snap correctly. It just works. It works very, very well. So, last and not least, we want to get ourselves a door. Head on over to the doors, and we need lashing. So I went ahead and made some lashing. And let's throw a couple more sticks in here. And throw ourselves a door. And you walk up, and your door should work just fine. And again, gives you a nice shelter and what you've seen here should give you plenty of things to work with to get creative. Again, the mechanics work great. You can kind of experiment with half walls, windows, doors in certain placement, overlooking vistas. You can really get pretty cool with the building in this game. As I promised, there is a little bit of a trick to making it a little bit more organic if you're going for a bigger structure. The planks in the game are probably the most efficient building material to use. However, it might be a little difficult to find enough building materials or enough planks to build a larger structure. For that, you're going to want to go ahead and make a plank station. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and grab the trunks that I've already made here for you. The plank station is going to be found in the crafting menu, and again, it doesn't have a hold down the square option to use the plank. Even if you put the trunk in your hands and you walk up to the plank station, it's not going to show just hold down square to make a plank. What you're going to want to do is go into the quick craft menu and head on down to planks, and it auto crafts for you and sticks them in your backpack, and that way you'll have your planks to work. Now, the reason planks are a little more efficient isn't just because of the material, it's also because of the time it takes to cut down the tree. Once you cut down the tree, you chop it into a couple of trunks. Just go ahead and collect those trunks, throw them in your inventory, and go ahead and make some planks. It's a lot faster than breaking every one of those trunks down to sticks. And honestly, using the planks gives your structure a much nicer, more finished look at the end. That should be enough to get your creative juices flowing. If you have a base you want to share, feel free to drop it in the comments. I'd love to take a look at it. And feel free to drop me a like if you like what you saw and this helped you at all. And as always, guys, don't forget to live your life like you play your games. Level up.